there was an upset last night in Division 1 men's basketball that occurred in the West Coast Conference. I apologize for looking down because I cannot memorize all this stuff. Number 9, Gonzaga lost to St. Mary's, 70-59. This obviously impacts the West Coast Conference standings because that was the last regular season game. Of course, it impacts like the seeding in terms of like who's the 1, who's the 2. And no bracket has been released for the West Coast Conference just yet for the conference tournament. This also impacts NCAA tournament seeding down the line for both. Gonzaga is now 28-3 overall, 16-2 in the West Coast Conference. St. Mary's is 27-4 overall, 16-2 in the West Coast Conference. This is the last time in the regular season that both will play each other as conference members. Remember, Gonzaga is going to the Pac-12. Will they continue this as non-conference? Remains to be seen. Obviously, right behind both of them is Santa Clara at 15-3, just to let you know, and then Oregon State 9-9, which they fired the head coach. Seattle University at 8-10, Pacific 8-10, San Francisco 8-10, Washington State 7-11, Loyola Marymount 6-12, Portland 6-12, San Diego 5-13. They parted ways their head coach, and then Pepperdine at 4-14. Gonzaga was actually up at halftime, 36-29. But second half, Gonzaga only scored 23 points, while St. Mary's scored 41. But there's more to the game than that. That's why I'm going to go with stats. There's no use going last minute of the game. I double-checked that already. Now, Gonzaga shot 39% from the field on 56 attempts, 29% on threes on 17 attempts, 83% free throws on 12 attempts. So that's only 2 misses right there. 37 rebounds, 7 offensive, 13 assists, 11 turnovers, 1 steal, 4 blocks, 16 fouls, only 8 points on the bench. 6 points from Davis Vogel and 2 points from Braden Smith. 3 double-digit scores literally combined for Graham Ike, had 17 points. And he did foul out of the game, which could have impacted the game, obviously. Tyon Grant Foster, 13 points, so that's 30, plus Adam Middle is 14. That's 44 points, and 2 players scored 6 points this game. Emmanuel Innocenti had 7, and already kind of went over Davis Vogel with 6. Even though Adam Miller did have 14 points, by the way, he was inefficient, 5 for 13 from the field, 1 for 5 on threes, 3 for 3 on free throws. And Mario Saint-Superi didn't score at all in this game. That could have been an issue right there. Now, St. Mary's had 14 bench points. Montas Juzenas had 12. Juzenas. I apologize if I butchered that. He was like 4 for 6 from the field, but all those were threes. And Andrew McGeever had 2. 3 double-digit scores literally combined for Mikey Lewis with 31 points. I think he deserves the game ball here. 10 for 21 from the field, 7 for 13 on threes, 4 for 4 on free throws. There's Joshua Dent with 14 points. That's 45 plus the 12 from earlier from Montas. 45. Yeah, 57 points right there, and one player scores 6 points this game. I was Paulius Murauskas, Murauskas. Apologize if I butchered that. And you know what? Dylan Shaw, that's usually like between 7 and 8 points per game. He didn't have to score a single point in this game, but he had 10 rebounds. And Harry Wessel's, he's not really that big in terms of points per game. Around 5. He only had 2. And St. Mary's didn't shoot the ball better from the field than Gonzaga, 35% on 66 attempts. 48% on threes on 33 attempts. Yep, that's definitely the difference maker. 73% on free throws on 11 attempts. So that's like 3 misses, though. 42 rebounds. Yeah, 42 of those. 15 offensive. 15 assists. 6 turnovers. 5 steals. 4 blocks. 13 fouls. Now I'm going to go over the points out turnovers, points in the paint, fast break points as well. Now, points out turnovers favored St. Mary's in this game, 7-5. Fast break points favored Gonzaga, 6-4. In addition, points in paint favored Gonzaga for 28-14. Yeah, literally the next game for both is the West Coast Conference, and they're both like the 1 and 2 seeds. It's more like who's going to be the 1, who's going to be the 2. They still have, like I said earlier, no bracket released in terms of like the teams and everything like that. But we honestly know they're both going to be the 1 and 2, respectively. It's more like which one. And literally the next game for them is 8 days from this recording. So, and the West Coast Conference tournament does start on Thursday, March 5th. So, anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe button. See you guys later on the right end on scores, ultimate goals, 1,000 more. So remember what this course like video, comment really helps YouTube algorithm. Some more people can see it, and if it does up as well, some more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribe, hit subscribe button. It's free. Hit the notification bell as well.